Carranza, and this is a practice exercise. I'm interviewing Martin. Martin, do I have your verbal consent to record this exercise?
You do.
Okay, great. Okay, so do you find it difficult to date now than when you were in your 20s?
I think it's a lot more difficult. I'm currently 32. Um, I know what I would like and what I want, but I think depending where we live now in the area, it's uh, it's really hard to find people my age with the same goals, and there are a lot more younger people than older people my age. A lot of people my age, I think, want older, want younger. I don't know. Recently, I just became single and starting dating again. There's a lot more younger people than people my age. There's a lot more 20, 21-year old, 22-year old, and that's a little bit too young for me.
Oh, okay.
As far as like the maturity, I don't think they're that mature. So I think it's a lot more difficult, especially now.
Do you find it that it's difficult because we live in such a small valley, per se? It's not like the city?
I think that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
I think it does. In bigger cities, you just have that many more people, so I think there's a lot more possibilities, there's a lot more connections. Here, you're very limited. The people that I, the few people that are of my sexuality, it's very small here in the valley. So it's like everyone knows each other, or everyone has history with one another. Those are all factors that I take in consideration. And there aren't that many people of my persuasion in this valley either. So I think I am very limited because where I live, and it gets harder as you get older, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, great. Do you feel that your standards have changed over, let's say, the course of 10 years? What you thought you wanted back then, is that still what you want today when you're looking for somebody?
Very much so. As far as like the cores that I like to call, yeah, they're pretty much the same. I think back then, when I was a lot younger in college, high school, that mindset just wanted, someone good looking, maybe, someone to have fun with. Uh, Now it's more you. I want someone with the same common goals. I want someone. This is my criteria. At least someone who's educated or went to college.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that they finished, but someone I can have a decent conversation, not just about social media and the news and what Rihanna's wearing and
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus. Like, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about more substantial issues. So that's a factor. I want them to be hardworking, loyal, good people. No one wants to date someone who's a bad person,
Yeah.
and just has similar goals in life. That wants to work hard and get ahead in life. So those goals I've always had. When I was younger, I just didn't think they were that important. Now they definitely are, because it's not that I don't have time to waste, but I really just don't want to date a pretty face. I want to have someone, someone you can conversate to. If you're gonna go out to lunch or dinner, you just don't want to be staring in front of each other right across the table and be on the phone. I see that so much now. They're like, couples going to events and they're not even paying attention to each other. They're just on the phone, or they're paying attention to other things, or they're just in dead silence. And I'm like, I look at that, I'm like, oh, really? You got nothing to talk about? So I think those are important things that I look into, have a good job or a decent job, and make sure they have a car. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people that don't have cars.
And those are really great goals that you
Yeah.
have when you're looking for somebody. Do you feel that society puts too much pressure on dating, like having to find that specific person by a certain age? Do you feel any pressure from society that you should be married now, have kids?
I think as a male, I don't feel it that much. I know, my heritage is Mexican American. We're very brought up in that, like, oh, mijo, you should get married and you should have kids, and I think it's harder for women. But my parents don't tell me anything. My family doesn't tell me anything. Society, I think growing up, that's what I wanted.
Mhm.
Like I remember in my first relationship, there's like, oh, this is the person I'm gonna end up with. I'm gonna have a house and kids. I didn't even think about like how I was gonna get kids, but I was like, oh, I want to have kids. You know, like the whole thing. It's very drilled into us through social media, society, and stories and we grew up as far as the family around us, our immediate family, our next relatives, cousins. It just becomes so natural, and that's what I think people tend to gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
As far as pressures from society, I think no. I think the ideology has changed now. I think it's very okay for people to be single, not married, and just kind of just go through the motions that way, not have to be so religious, I guess, and have to go through society standards or what we think they want out of us.
Okay. All right. How much time? Are we at?
Around 6 minutes.
That's all that I have.
Okay. Well, thank you for interviewing me.
Thank you for doing this. Appreciate it.
All right. You're welcome.